Hello indie wrestling fans, Brian Zane here. It's Wednesday, October 25th, and in association with Powerbomb TV, it's time for This Week in Independent Wrestling. Well, it was a huge week for Powerbomb TV. It was announced on the 19th that the streaming services signed a multi-year deal with legendary independent wrestling videographers and content distributors SmartMark Video. SmartMark will begin releasing on Powerbomb TV beginning November 1st, and more from their deep, comprehensive library will be added every month. Releases will span from SmartMark's early years to the present and will include content never before released in a digital format. Some of the promotions under the SmartMark umbrella that will be seen on Powerbomb TV include Alpha One, IWA Mid-South, and Absolute Intense Wrestling. And just days after this huge announcement, Jonathan Gresham was crowned Powerbomb TV's first ever independent wrestling champion at the Futures event on Sunday in Old Forge, Pennsylvania. In the main event tournament final, Gresham defeated Anarchy Wrestling standout and 2017 Scenic City Invitational finalist Joey Lynch via ref stoppage to win the championship. The show also saw Lucha Libre star Puma Kingpin John Silver, Tracy Williams beat Red Eagle, and Gresham's manager Stokely Hathaway announced the additions of John Skyler and MJF to his Dream Team faction. Powerbomb TV will return with another streaming event on November 25th, featuring British wrestling legend Jody Fleisch making his return to U.S. soil. Well, Wrestlemania 34 weekend in New Orleans may be months away, but the slate of independent wrestling events happening that weekend is already firming up. More than 20 shows have already been announced between Thursday, April 5th and Sunday, April 8th, featuring more than a dozen different promotions. Check the links in the description of this video to see what's been scheduled so far. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla's All-Star Weekend 13 took place this past weekend in Reseda, California. The two-day event saw both of PWG's championships change hands. Jeff Cobb and Matt Riddle, aka the Chosen Bros, beat Penta El Zero M and Rey Fenix to become the PWG World Tag Team Champions on Friday night, while Ricochet beat Chuck Taylor to become the new PWG World Champion on Saturday. Black Label Pro returned to Crown Point, Indiana Saturday for the second phase of their Darkest Timeline title tournament. In a non-tournament special attraction match, Nick Gage and Jimmy Lloyd beat the Faces of Fear, while AJ Gray advanced to the finals of the Darkest Timeline tournament on December 1st, where he'll face MMA star Tom Lawler. PWX's unsanctioned event took place in Concord, North Carolina on Saturday. The show saw Anthony Henry successfully defend his PWX title against Fred Yehai, and Corey Hollis defeat former tag team partner John Skyler in a brutal war that saw the introduction of the new and improved Country Jacked, featuring Hollis, Brady Pierce, and Gunnar Miller. Over in the UK, Progress 56 is going down this Sunday, October 29th. The show will see Trent Seven and Tyler Bate of British Strong Style take on Jack Sexsmith and David Starr, collectively known as Sexy Star. Toni Storm will defend her Progress Women's title against Charlie Evans, CCK defends the Progress Tag titles against the Grizzled Young Veterans, and Volter defends his Atlas Championship against Wolfgang. Nova Pro returns to Annandale, Virginia this Friday, October 27th for Pumpkin Spice Lariats. The big event will see Sanjay Dutt take on DJ Z, Fred Yehai competes against Jordan Grace, Gunnar Miller defends the Anarchy Wrestling Triple Crown against Tim Donst, and the Ugly Ducklings square off against the team of Chet Sterling and Eric Royal. In Tennessee, Southern Underground Pro returns to Nashville this Sunday for Headwalk Among Us. Bell time is 2 p.m. Central for the show, which features Mance Warner versus Danny Adams, Dominic Guarini versus Corey Hollis, Gunnar Miller versus KLD for the Anarchy Triple Crown, and Bone Storm champion Kurt Stallion defends his title against Paco Gonzalez. Well, this being the Halloween season, it was bound to happen. There are at least two independent shows this weekend called Fright Night. Over in the UK, Preston City Wrestling's event will be streamed live on Powerbomb TV, featuring Dean Allmark, Veda Scott, Mike Bailey, Ashton Smith, Keith Lee, and more. And on Saturday night in Cornelia, Georgia, Anarchy Wrestling will hold their Fright Night show, which will see a four-way ladder match for the promotion's tag titles. Kyle Matthews defends the Landmark Heritage title against AJ Gray, and Gunnar Miller defends the Anarchy Triple Crown against former champ Jacob Ashworth in a cage match. Anarchy's Fright Night will be available as a VOD on Powerbomb TV. Finally, Beyond Wrestling returns to action this weekend with two big events, the first of which is a doubleheader with Game Changer Wrestling in Howell, New Jersey on Saturday. Beyond's #Denim Recruits opens up the day-long event at 1 p.m. and features the Hate Club versus the Hit Squad and Joey Janela versus Michael Elgin, with the Game Changer event starting at 7 p.m. and featuring Joey Janela, Matt Tremont, Nick Gage, and more. And on Sunday, October 29th, Beyond returns to Worcester, Mass. and Powerbomb TV for a live streaming event, Apocalypse Dudes, that will see the Unbreakable Effin' Machines of Brian Cage and Michael Elgin versus EYFBO, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Martin Stone, Matt Riddle versus JT Dunn, and the newly crowned Powerbomb TV independent champion Jonathan Gresham will make his first title defense versus Japan's Keita Yano. If you want to catch this and all the other action of Powerbomb.tv, sign up using the code BRIANSENTME and get your first 20 days of the service absolutely free. Got a tip for us? Send them our way via direct message at facebook.com/independentwrestling. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.